Hi all, welcome back to Azure Content YouTube channel. This is part 10 in SQL Real-Time Scenarios playlist. In this video, we are going to learn how to update a table data dynamically using variables in SQL Server. So let's see the use case in details. So we have a table called Product Details table where you can see we have product ID, product name, color, and list price. So this is the price at which these products have been listed in the SQL table. So the use case in this real-time scenario is that the company has been observing that all the products which are in red color, as you can see, there are 4 products which are having red color. These products have been making a good sale. So there are a lot of demands for these products. So the company wants to increase the list price of these products. So we have to update the list price of all the products which are in red color with a certain amount. So in this case, we are going to increase it with 50 rupees in this case, and we are going to achieve it using something called variables in SQL. So in this process, we will also learn what is a variable in SQL and how to create it and how to make use of it. Okay, so let's go to SSMS. So I already have a table called production.product details table, and in this product details table, we have 7 rows inserted already. Okay, so this is how the table looks like. So what we need to do is we need to update this table and we need to set the value of list price column with an updated price. Okay, so for that, the first thing that we need to do is we need to declare a variable because we are not just going to hard code this price, we are going to create a variable and we have to pass that value to the variable, and that in turn will be passed on to the SQL query. So first of all, we will declare a variable. So for declaring a variable, the syntax is writing declare, and then we have to give @ symbol and then the variable name. So in this case, I will just give the variable name as var. So I will give the variable name as var. And what is the data type of this variable? So in our case, it should be of integer data type. And what is the value that we have to assign to this variable? Either we can directly give the value here, or what we can do is we are just declaring this variable here, and then we are going to set the value for this variable using set keyword. Okay, so set @variable equals to 50, and then we will write the update query, update, then the table name. Okay, so let me copy that and let me zoom it a little bit. Yeah, update table name, then set list price is the column that we need to update. Okay, so set list price equals to, what we need to do is we need to increase the amount of list price with this particular value. So instead of just giving this value, we have to actually add it to the current list price. So either what we can do is we can use the same column name, and then we need to use add operator, and then we will be using this @var, which is the variable name. Or the other way is we can simply use add operator before equals to, and these two lines means the same thing. Okay, so either of them we can use. So we will use both of them to see if it works. So here I'm commenting the other one, and now we have to use where clause to update only those rows that are our target rows. So wherever color equals to red, we are targeting those rows, right? Okay, so if I run this, we will be expecting that the list price of all the products which are having red color will be increased by the amount of 50. And currently, the list price of, you can see, a road bike is red and its list price is 500. It should be updated with 550. And similarly, helmet should be updated with 100. And then jersey, which is in red color, should be updated with 80. Okay, and then you can see road bike pro is also in red color. It should be updated with 1050. So that is our expectation. Let me execute this query, and you can see 4 rows got affected. And if I use this select query, you can see this is what our expected result is: 550, 100, 80, and 1050. So you can see this is matching our expected outcome, and you can match the values here as well. It is the same values. Now, as we discussed, instead of using this set expression. Let me use this one and let's see if it works the same way or not. Okay, so let me remove the space and now let me rerun it and we will see that it will be increased to 600 and so on for all the rows. Okay, so you can see again 4 rows got affected, and if we query this, select query, and you can see it has increased again 50 rupees for all the records which are having red color. Okay, and similar way, not only integer variable, we can also create variable for string data type. So you can see we can declare at the rate var2, or maybe I will say at the rate color, and we will use varchar data type where we also have to give a fixed length to declare the length of the variable. Okay, so whenever the data type is varchar, we have to provide the length, but for integer it is not required. But in case of varchar or nvarchar, we have to declare the length. Okay, so let me give the value for the color as black, and instead of using this hard-coded value, we will use this color variable, and we will simply instead of adding, let me subtract say 10 rupees from the product which are having black color. Okay, so this condition is matching only for gloves. So instead of 20, it should be turning this value to 10 once I execute it. So let me execute this, and you can see one row got affected. And if I see the value, you can see for black, it has reduced the value by 10 rupees. Okay. So with this, we got to know how to use variables in SQL and how to update values in the table using variables. Okay, so not only update, we can do anything. We can do select, or we can do insert, or any other operations that we want to do using variable. So how it will be helpful is we can store the whole query, SQL query, in a stored procedure, and we can simply provide the value for this variable, and we can execute that stored procedure instead of going and changing anything in the SQL query. So there can be very large query that companies might be using in production. So instead of manually going into those big queries and changing the values, we can store those big SQL queries in a stored procedure, which will act like a function in any of the coding language like Java, Python. Those functions, we don't need to touch it, but we just need to pass the value as an argument. So same thing can be done in a SQL using stored procedure that we will see in the upcoming videos. Okay, so that's where variable will be helpful. Okay, so we will see it in the upcoming videos, but for now you can understand this is how variables are created and used in SQL query. So that's it for this video, guys. I hope you find this video helpful and you got to know how to update the SQL table using variables. Okay, so please stay tuned for the upcoming videos. Please hit on like button and please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done it yet. Thank you.